Okay, folks, we're going to start a new playthrough here. The whole point of me doing this is to fill a gap, what I see as a gap between amazing players like Pestily and Veritas Shroud, the guys that really just rock Tarkov, and their level of gameplay, and folks like myself who are casual gamers. I want to set more down to earth expectations for each raid for folks and the outcomes for other players like myself, that aren't pro level gamers, can't spend every day playing the game. For folks out there that are better, great. You're a step ahead already, and that's awesome. Guys like you can help make the community better by helping other guys. But no matter your skill or any way, I suggest you go check out Pestily's videos. His knowledge of the game he knows where everything is on the map. He knows where people and scavs spawn. His timing for key engagement areas, movement, and just general clairvoyance and battle for the game because of the hours he has is a great tool for anybody who wants to come in and learn the game. I'm hoping by watching with me, you'll learn from my mistakes as I make them, so you don't have to, and so your experience in Tarkov is a little less punishing, as this game is well known for that. The intro so much as says it. So, and I hope you guys like the series I'm going to put together here. We'll get an account created and we'll start working from there. I go with USEC just because I like to be able to hear them. You can go with either. It doesn't really matter. Outfits look a little different. Name create, select your character, and then you're right into the game. Turn off the camera here a bit so you can see everything. You don't have to look quite at me. So, this is where you launch into the game. You got your PMC and your scav. Big difference is this is your guy, so you'll level him up, kind of like a RPG. Yeah, I guess that is a good way of putting it, like an RPG. You level your guy up. These are kind of free characters. He has gear. You don't get any XP out of it, but anything you get out of the raid with them, you get to keep. Here's your character. Now this is all your starting gear. Trading, so here's all your traders. You unlock Jaeger a little bit later with a quest, but you want to come in here and start these first couple of quests. So you got to kill 5 scavs at customs, and you got to get 2 MP133 shotguns. Now these are the pump action shotguns. There's a couple kinds, 2 that look similar, the 133 and the 153. The 153 is the semi-automatic. These guys are the pump actions, and they can be in any shape, condition, or form. You can even buy them off the once you get to 5 off the flea market if you want, or one of the vendors. So we'll accept hers too, or 5 solo kits. Now, one thing that it says here is it says find 5. So you can get these 5 from anywhere. Again, you can get them off of the flea market once you get 5, or in raid. Now, later on, you'll see specifically the quest will say 5 something something in raid, which means you have to get them in raid. There's a little checkbox down here on the bottom right corner, or bottom left corner, I think, one of the two, that says it was in raid. And unless you pick it up there, you can't turn them in. They don't count. So you can't buy them or anything like that. Now that's it. You don't have any quests for these guys till you level up a little bit. Excuse me. Now, the new addition here, the hideout. You'll hear a lot of people that just ignore it. This thing is actually super handy. You can play the game and not ever use it. It's not necessary, but it is extraordinarily helpful to get some of this stuff leveled up. It's not here, but the Intelligence Center, for example, is one that I put off for a while that I shouldn't have. Makes your scav the first time makes your scav come back faster and gives you a little bit extra money. You need level 2 vents and level 2 security, which isn't too hard to get. Your workbench and your laboratory make some pretty cool items that help with quests and things like that. Your med station, your heating, eventually your rest space and library, all these stuff give you passive buffs, if you will, help you get in and out of raids quicker. So they're important. I'm not going to do anything yet because it doesn't get anything out of it. So one mistake that I made on my first playthrough is I started going cheap, gear fear. Didn't go in with anything. Well, you start off with 300,000. So the very first thing you need to do is go to Ragman and get yourself some armor. We're going to ID all of this stuff. It gives you a little bit of XP, as you can see in the bottom right down there. Let me get this out of the way. A little annoyed by this stuff. It drives me nuts. As you ID everything here, I think you can actually get to level 2 by IDing everything in the inventories. Now you look, you've got your barter items, which is these little arrows here, and it tells you how many items it takes to barter. These masks are super handy to pick up, especially early on, because a lot of guys carry them. 3 of them get you a free armor. These headsets I like running with them. They're super loud. You hear stuff from so far away. But we're going to buy this armor here. And then just this base level helmet for right now. These helmets pretty much aren't even worth buying. They just screw up your hearing, and they really don't stop anything. Maybe some shotgun or occasional pistol rounds, but you catch it in the face, you're going to die anyways. So run with these, a little bit better chance of ricocheting rifle shots, which they've done. Makes your head ring, and you can't hear anything in the game for a bit. And I'm going to buy a headset just because it makes it, makes it a little bit easier to hear scavs. Okay. First gun you roll with, that's good enough for what we want to do. We're going to try to avoid players as much as we can. Now, one thing I like to do is put a sight on this. Now, there's a couple ways you can do it. They make these dust covers with Picatinny rails that you can mount stuff to. But they also make, never mind, we can't go into, see, already not used to starting from scratch. So we're going to run, I guess we're going to run with iron sights because we can't run into the flea market yet until you're level 5. And maybe Prapper sells some of the stuff, the items I need, but I don't think he does. There's a little, little piece that goes on those iron sights that allows you to, mount a red dot to it, but there's not here. And as you can see here, you can come in and get all of this stuff. There's barter items, so 2 horses. For some of this stuff, here's a scope Mosin with some batteries, and you can find lots of these in a raid. So it gives you the potential to gear up with just junk. So I kind of like it. It gets kind of daunting to remember some of the items you need to keep. So that's why you want to go into raids with goals. If you want to go in and get a bunch of batteries, or if you want to go in and get a specific kind of gear loot, that's usually what I recommend you do. All right, I'm going to go through and I'm going to ID everything here. I'll pick back up on the next video with the first raid. We'll talk to you guys shortly. Well, let's wrap up with the video there, guys. Hope it was helpful. Hope you liked it. If so, subscribe, like down below. Leave comments where you can. I'll get answers as fast as I can back to you guys, or fill in any of the gaps that you think I left. Until the next video, keep escaping from Tarkov.